I was just saying how I've never done anything like that. And it really, I felt like I was contributing to our industry in a way that I haven't before. It's different when you show up as an actor and you play a role and then you go home and you hope people see it. But this is about really affecting the climate in how movies are produced and made so that we don't ever have to have the diversity conversation again. And so I think we're making strides. It was a really, really positive panel. What I'd like for producers to take away from the panel is how easy it is to put diversity in their films. There were a few of the panelists who gave a lot of data about the number of roles that went to women for gender parity and different ethnicities. And she gave a number. If you take the top 100 films and just add 5 female characters per film, you would have gender parity. That's easy. And if you made them multicultural and ethnicity, multi-ethnic, you would then have some semblance of racial diversity. So that's pretty easy to do as a decision maker, I think. Come to notice in the past few months is that as an actress, I am in a position where I can say, I would like, if there's an all-male panel of producers, and of course now that I am taking on an active role in producing, there's an all-male panel of producers. I say, well, if we don't have the script written yet, I'd like either a female director or a female writer, because I need my voice represented. And I, of course, to have one of color would be just wonderful in either capacity. But that's how I am contributing, because I think as a talent, we need to be a part of the solution as well. So I think the fact that you guys are having, the PGA is having this type of discussion says that they realize that there is a problem that they're trying to correct. And that should be applauded. And I also think that with the big tentpole movies, we see a big change in diversity. You know, I just watched Avengers, and I was just like a crazy aunt, just clapping at all the diversity. I remember when I saw Thor, and you saw all of this diversity in the casting. I think now that we've made those steps, we need to take the same strides and do it behind the scenes. Hire more female DPs, hire more female writers, hire more female and people of color to populate all of those department head jobs so that we can best represent film and filmmaking, the vast population. And so to be a part of this panel, I just felt reinvigorated to be a part of the change. I think it starts with the story that's being told. I just finished a film thinking about the underrepresentation of people of color and women with STEM. And I just did a film where all 3 of the main characters are African American, and they're women who participated in the space program. And we heard a staggering statistic, because that by having the 3 female leads in this film, we've increased African American women's representation in film by 300%, just one movie. So I think for me, I have to be, which I am doing now, very, very, I don't know, what's the word I'm searching for? Because I just have to be aware that the type of roles that I choose as an actor, I never really thought about it before. I only thought about it, what it meant for me, but what it means for women. You know, we don't want to perpetuate stereotypes. We don't want to set the women's movement back. And I don't think that I'm doing roles that are doing that, but I think to be a part of story meetings and to make sure the character is reflective of the role that we play in society. I need to be more involved in those conversations. I find my inspiration, and it's odd because until you're actually, faced with these things, you don't ever think about them. But I remember being a kid in Alabama and seeing Oprah Winfrey on TV for the first time, and Cicely Tyson, on TV for the first time in films, and how wonderful it felt to see me represented. And now I didn't realize that there was a correlation in my mind what seeing me means for other young people. So I have to be cognizant of that and understand that it is about art, but art can affect social change. And so I want to be the change that what is that Gandhi saying? You have to be the change that you what is it? I'm killing it. Want to see, yeah, be the change you want to see. Listen, there is no one way to achieve success. It is a road that we all take, and you also have to measure what success is. If success to you is, driving a Maserati and having a home in Beverly Hills, you might not get there. There are very few people who get to that point. But if success is getting your material made and getting it to a larger viewing audience than your family, you start measuring it in terms of that, you can do it. Don't wait for anybody to give you those tools. With the modern technology, people are making movies with their phones. Start there. Have the material and hone your craft. You have to put 10,000 hours into something before you're considered an expert at it. Well, I can honestly say that I'm an expert at acting because I've done it, at least 10,000 hours of it at least. But I think for the younger set, they all want it too readily. It needs to be so immediate. I think for people my age, that you have to put in work, and there's a big sacrifice of blood and tears that you will face. But at the end of the day, to call yourself a producer, actor, director, the fact that you have made something that other people are seeing, if you stay in the race long enough, you will see the success that you so desire. But you have to, you got to be a runner. You got to be a journeyman. You got to take every bit of triumphs and all of the victories, and you also have to take the failures, because out of the failures, you will just get better and better. That's what makes you successful, I think, not the gazillion-dollar box office. Because for me, if I had a great movie and it made $1, or a terrible movie that made a gazillion dollars, don't get me wrong, I like both. But I would prefer to leave my mark on the world, something that will affect people in their lives. And I don't know that necessarily having a movie that made a gazillion dollars that was about nothing is that. Now, don't get me wrong, because we all want movies to make a gazillion dollars that are about nothing. But what I'm saying is, I think you have to define what your idea of success is first, and be prepared to do a lot of work.